While the focus of the next film will be shifting back to the franchise's iconic heroine, Scream 7's cast is bringing back a key actor from the recent installments. The seventh installment in the iconic slasher horror franchise has endured a bit of a rockier road in development amid Melissa Barrera's firing and Jenna Ortega's exit, as well as director Christopher Landon leaving the chair shortly after being hired, leading to the story needing to be reworked. Neve Campbell will now lead the Scream 7 cast, reprising her role of Sidney Prescott, alongside fellow franchise vet Courtney Cox and newcomers Isabel May, Celeste O'Connor, McKenna Grace and Sam Reckner. Variety has now brought word that Mason Gooding will be returning to Scream 7's cast. While the publication's report doesn't outright confirm a deal has been signed for the core 4-star in the sequel, their sources state he will reprise his role of Chad Meeks Martin for the upcoming installment. They also report that Jasmine Savoy Brown, who starred in the previous 2 Scream movies as his sister Mindy, has not yet signed a deal to come back for the sequel. What Gooding's return means for Scream 7? He could be tying up some loose plot threads. With Gooding on board, Scream 7's cast officially has the first of the affectionately named Core 4 back from the recent movies. Barrera and Ortega's departures have sparked a lot of controversy from fans of the franchise, particularly as the former has indicated the duo were pitched on a trilogy of stories for their characters, Sam and Tara. As such, having a familiar face back from the recent movies could be somewhat helpful to draw in newer fans as much as longtime ones keen to see Campbell lead the charge again. The other major benefit to come from Gooding's return is that Scream 7 can offer some kind of explanation for the shift in focus away from Sam and Tara. Scream 6 memorably had to slightly shift its story when Campbell refused to return due to a pay dispute with the studio, resulting in Cox's Gale Weathers explaining that Sidney and Patrick Dempsey's Mark had taken their kids into hiding amid the latest Ghostface killings. Considering Gooding's Chad and Ortega's Tara essentially became a couple at the end of the last movie, the appearance of the former could offer an explanation for the latter's absence. The biggest point of curiosity now is sure to be whether Brown reprises her role as Chad's sister, Mindy, for Scream 7. Staying true to the original movies, Mindy has carried on her uncle's, Jamie Kennedy's Randy, legacy by explaining the rules of the horror movies that her stories were emanating to the new cast of characters. While director Kevin Williamson and returning scribe Guy Busick could introduce a new character to do so, Gooding's return could very well be a setup for her proper return. Our take on Gooding's Scream the 7th return. A welcome continuation of the recent sequels. Mason Gooding as Chad Meeks Martin wearing a hoodie while Ghostface wields a knife in Scream 6. Custom image by T.C. Phillips. While he may not have gotten as big of a focus in the movies as Sam or Tara, Gooding's Chad was actually a great ongoing addition to the franchise with 2022's sequel, and his confirmed return for Scream 7 restores a lot of excitement for me in the upcoming installment. The rest of the cast are certainly nothing to shake one's head at, particularly given May is said to be in talks to play one of Sidney's children. That being said, now that we have proper confirmation that the previous installments will have their story continue in some capacity in Scream 7, this should go a long way in dissuading a lot of fans' fears of the last 2 movies no longer mattering. Plus, if Ortega continues to enjoy the upward trend of her career and the studio pushes to have her come back, there is also a chance she could convince the studio to also bring back Barrera, allowing for an effective closure to their arc.